Good morning. You made it to your mat. So did I. Sometimes it's hard to wake up in the morning and get here and on the mat and put on these yoga clothes, but we got here and we're happy we did. So, I'm going to start this morning with getting my breath. Oh, stretching. Oh, so let's do that together. Just deep breaths. In we go. In and out. Breathing in and out. Deep breaths in. The breath alone will energize your body in such a gentle way and wake you up. There's not much more you have to do right now, which is great. So we just breathe deeply in and out at your own pace. Just make those breaths deep. Let's add some arms to that. So as you lift the arms overhead, they take as long to move as your inhale takes to fill your lungs. And then exhale, stretch them out to the sides as they come down, again taking as long as the exhale. Stretching the fingers wide, reaching, then all the way up, inhaling and exhaling all of the air out. Reaching down towards the floor with the fingertips. Spine tall. Again, inhaling. Letting the breath do all the work for you. A few more times like this on your own. That's it. Good. Let's take the arms overhead. I'm just going to face you so you can see. We'll take the arms overhead and we'll give ourselves a big stretch so we can interlace the fingers and reach up to the sky. And you can have your big toes slightly touching, heels apart a little bit. Reach up through the spine, get really tall, but keep your neck long. In other words, don't press your neck to the ceiling just yet. And we wake up the body and we stretch. Pull your ribs up, pull your belly in. Give yourself a morning stretch. Inhale. Good. Let's separate the hands. Exhale. Bring your arm down. Other arm stretches up to the ceiling and then take a side bend. And stretch the side body. Try to stay completely sideways without rotating. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling long. Might even want to extend the wrist as though you're pushing a tray or pressing against the wall. This will help open up the fascia on the left side of the body. Stretching deeply. Very good. Come all the way up, hands up. We'll do the same thing other side. So reaching the right arm up, left arm down. Hips move to the right. Stretching sideways. Pressing against an imaginary wall. We're opening up the fascia. We're stretching the body awake. Breathing deeply. There's nothing else you have to do, right? I know right now I got my kids are in the living room because they wake up so early. I can't wake up any earlier to do this. So they're in the living room. They're doing I don't know what. Doors closed. They know I'm in here. And I know, reach up, arms up overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands down to the side. I know that once I get off this mat today, I'm full on all day with the kids. School from home and, all the cooking and cleaning up and disciplining and all that. So this is time for me. And so I don't want to think about my to-do list when I'm on the mat. So maybe you want to not think about your to-do list when you're on the mat today. So turn around, face the front of the mat, and we'll just start to open up the body. So we'll have your feet hip-width apart. You're going to take your seat, and you're going to sit back as though you're sitting on a stool. And then stop at the height of the stool, hands on the thighs. Try to keep your back erect. Try to engage your back muscles so your chest is out, and there's a slight back bend it feels in the back. And we'll just rest the weight on the hands. We're going to inhale, extend the back a little bit more, and exhale, flex the spine forward, tuck your belly in, exhale, 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 exhale. Again, inhale and back bend a little bit. Keep the neck out of the equation, it just lifts a little bit. Exhale, folding the spine forward, curling the blip. This thing, curl it under. And inhale, come up. I think my brain's still not online right now. Exhale. Yeah, let's let that oxygen come into the brain. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Feeling all the articulations of your spine. We'll take this all the way up to the sky. Standing up on a big inhale. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to that position where you're sitting on a stool. Again, inhale up. Standing tall. Reaching the arms up. And then bending over slightly on the exhale. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We're going to inhale, reaching up. And as we exhale, we're going to try to keep the back flat, squat a little bit. See if you can touch your shins or your ankles. Inhale, right back up to standing, reaching overhead. Keep stretching towards the ceiling, stretch. And exhale, squat a little bit. See if you can touch your shins or your ankles. Let's do that 2 more times. When you descend, try to keep your back straight. Do not round forward. Good. And 1 more time, reaching up. That's right. Exhaling down. Coming back up to standing. Hands down the middle in prayer. Feet together. And standing in very good posture and confidence. Not arrogance. Hands pressing, feel the knuckles of your hands pressing together, lifting the chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Your hips are set back over your ankles. Your head is over your shoulders. You stand here quietly just for a moment. And notice the posture. Notice what it does. So you might feel your heart rate. You might hear your breathing a little bit more. And we're waking up to a new day. This is a new day. It's not yesterday. It's not your past. This is a new day. You wake up feeling fresh and new, like a sunflower, craning their beautiful face to the sun. That's going to be you today. All right, let's begin with a few bigger movements. We'll reach the arms up to the sky 1 more time. And we'll squat down and come towards the ankles. And now we're here. We're going to put the hands on the floor, bend as deeply as you need to do that. And send your legs back into tabletop pose. And we're going to flex and extend the spine just like we did before. So on an inhale, back bend, let your shoulders sink between your arms. And then on an exhale, curl yourself, pull your navel in, turn the face to look at the navel, exhale, exhale, push the shoulders apart. And repeat this again. On an inhale, it's a back bend. And in an exhale, it's a curl. Yeah, so, sometimes we wake up and we have a little phlegm in the throat. It's actually all over the body. And this yoga practice helps to move. That lymphatic system helps to circulate not only the blood, but also the lymphatic system, which carries all of these toxins. So after this practice, you're going to drink a ton of water so you can pee out all those toxins that we released. Very good. Let's take the knees wide apart, big toes together, if you can. We're going to make some circles with the spine. So take your hips and send them back to the right side, and then back to the center, and then push them to the left back, then come around forward, left, center, and right again. So we're making big circles going backwards and clockwise. Now, this is your own expression, so as you do this, see what joints you can loosen. Maybe you can keep your elbows soft and bendy, or maybe even your neck soft and bendy. And try to make this as fluid as possible. Of course, the breath counts so much when we're trying to wake up in the morning and mobilize that stiffness, right? So keep breathing deeply. And you're going to feel all sorts of creaks and pops and cracks and tightness. And that's just fine. It's totally normal. Okay, rest in the back position for a moment. Come up on an inhale. And then we'll start the same thing counterclockwise. So push the hips to the left and back. And then back center. And then back right. Up forward from the right to the center and over to the left. And again, you're making big circles. You're keeping your joints soft so you can be fluid. You're taking your big breaths as you do this. No holding of the breath. All night long, that breath has been pretty shallow, so we're going to try to take big, deep, conscious breaths here. And look at this, you're already moving, right? It feels like maybe you woke up not so recently. Okay, so set the hips back, we'll extend the arms, placing the forehead on the ground if you can. If not, put on a block. Whatever it is this morning is just okay. The most important thing in your practice is to accept yourself as you are this day. There is no room in yoga for all this self-criticism, because yoga is the opposite. Yoga is the art of accepting yourself, right? Yoga is the art of meeting yourself where you are with all your aches, with all your limitations, and you just move around that. And eventually with practice, those things change, as all things do. All right, come up to hands and knees. We're good. We're going to extend the left leg back. Keep the right leg where it is. Right arm. Right arm is going to reach between the space of the left arm and the right leg, and you're going to curl your spine to the left. So starts as our first rotation, so start to rotate and see what you can stretch to over there on your left. Try to keep your hips level, belly tucked in. And then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to pull away from that, pulling to the right. Now we take the arm to the ceiling, right arm to the ceiling. Try to keep your hips level, reaching up. Good morning, stretch. And then again, right between the arm and leg, and reach the arm and stretch. Pull the belly in. On an inhale, we come up and around. Push the floor away with your legs, with your arm. Stretch that top arm to the ceiling. And back and forth like this, okay? We're mobilizing the spine, especially the mid-spine. We're also trying to train the hips to stay steady and supportive as we move the upper body. And you're also linking the length of your movement to the length of your breath. Inhales and exhales. And when your body feels ready, you just try to reach a tiny bit more. Do it in increments. So if we're stretching to the ceiling, maybe our hand moves just like a centimeter more towards the ceiling and or back, right? We don't want to go into deep stretching immediately. Actually, ever, not just in the morning, but ever. We want to warm the body up to that. Everybody do one more. Yes, stretch. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing other side. So left knee bends into tabletop, right leg extends, gripping the floor with your toes, keeping your hips level so you can look down and find what's level. Navel draws in. Now left arm reaches between the space of the right arm and the left leg. And you curl that left shoulder under into a twist and just see what you can reach with your left hand. It's not going to go too far. Round the spine, shoulders separate. We take it the other way, rotating to the left now, hips stay level, belly in, and turn that arm to the ceiling. It's going to be a little stiff in the morning. And back and forth. But you'll see, even over just a few repetitions, you start to open up and the body welcomes movement, designed to move. It's an exhale as you curl under, and it's an inhale as you stretch and reach your body. Stretch so far, you feel your muscles squeezing to stretch you farther. And in that lengthening, you strengthen the muscles. Good. Keep those hips level as you can, a couple more times. Good, waking up that desire to move. Wonderful. Okay, let's flex the feet. Toes are gripping on the floor. We're going to walk the hands far forward so that the hips stay where they are. And wherever your flexibility allows this morning, start to lower your chest. And maybe your head touches the floor. And we'll take deep diaphragmatic breaths here. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it out slowly. Keep pushing the floor away with your hands. Now this is a great way to learn diaphragmatic breathing because your rib cage is pinned up. So if you can just allow your abdomen to fall towards the floor and fill up like a balloon as you inhale. And then draw the navel in towards the spine as you exhale. Now some of you may be able to get your chest down towards the floor. You know, I got super tight shoulders. I can't go to the floor. It doesn't matter. It feels good to breathe and stretch that way. So your body is your body. You're not trying to copy my body. Because my body's been through a lot, you know, and I guess we've all been through a lot, but just honor where you are today, okay? Yoga's not about performance, ever. All right, so after that big long stretch, walk your hands back to tabletop. We're going to lift the knees. Just hover your knees over the floor a little bit. Ooh, waking up some strength, right? Just hover. You're only hovering a couple of inches. Pull your navel in. Squeeze your triceps. Push your shoulders apart. Don't hover too high. Just a little bit. Start to wake up the abdomen. Wake up the little lower back, thighs. Ooh, maybe feeling a little shaky. It's lovely. Waking up this body. And at the same time, waking up your sense of strength, waking up your sense of power. In our culture, it's very often that women can't feel their strength, right? Physically or verbally. But I want you to feel it now. Keep hovering. Don't feel your weakness. Don't feel that tiredness coming through. Feel your strength. Because in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, you can put your knees down. Big toes together, knees apart. Sit back all the way, if you can, onto your heels, and let your head come down to the floor and rest in child's pose. I think I need to accept not only my body today, but the fact that my yoga mat is full of, I think, crumbs. Yeah, me and the crumbs, just doing some work today. Let's roll the spine all the way up. We're going to flex the feet. We're going to lift those knees again. And this time now lift your tush all the way up to the sky. Look at your abdomen and press yourself backwards towards your heels. Keep your knees bent on this one. Just wake up gently. Shoulders are pressing away from each other, pushing the floor away. Belly is lifting. Spine is super long. We're trying to decompress the spine here. We want the spine super long. Sometimes the back of our legs, those hamstrings, are so tight that they curl our spine. So we're going to bend the knees to avoid that. Lengthen the spine. Let those knees stay bent. Take your few deep breaths here. You're feeling the strength in your arms. Embrace this as strength, not weakness. I've had a year of having to do no exercise due to some surgeries I had, and then the lockdown, and just so much happened in this past year that I can feel I've become much weaker than I used to be. I could have really sent me into a deep depression, and boy, did it try. I had to use all my resources to remember that yoga is about acceptance, and this is where I am today. And you know what? I'm still on my mat, and so are you. You made it. I'm going to stick with today. So that strength that's in your arm, it's not weakness. Let's look at the hands and bend your knees deeply as you walk your feet towards your hands. You're going to come into a little crouch position as you walk the feet to the hands. That's it. Remember that position where we were sitting on a stool with our back straight? We're going to try that now. So lift just the spine to straight. Almost feels like a back bend when you're here. That's right. Pull your belly in. Continue lifting. Start with the chest. Start with your chest bone up here. Lift that chest bone. Lift the arms to the ceiling. And lift your heels. Woo, balancing in the morning. Here we go. Kind of feels like when you're hungover. Just a little balance. There we go. Maybe drop the shoulders, pull the belly in. Put a smile on your face today. You're alive. You made it to your mat. As we lower the arms, we lower the heels slowly so that they match. Bring the hands to prayer. Return to that stillness, that mountain pose of stillness. Lifting your spine tall, belly in, hips back, head back. Deep breath in, and a slow breath out. This is a new day. It doesn't have to be anything like yesterday. You might go through the same motions. You might sit at the same desk today. You might cook that same breakfast. You might have to say the same things to your kids 450 more times today. But it's still a new day, is it not? And so let's take some more deep breaths. Reach the arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Forward fold. Flat back, just like that stool. And inhale again. Lift the sternum. And now exhale. Bend your knees so you can put your hands on the floor. Step back. This time step back into the top of a push-up. If you know this is difficult or there's a situation where you should not be doing this, then just come down on your knees. If you'd like to try with the knees up, make sure that belly's in And I want you to pull your hips up, curl your tailbone under like a dog pulling his tail between his legs. Push the shoulder blades apart. Your spine is absolutely rounded here. Okay? Feeling the strength in your arms, feeling the strength in your belly. Let's get that neck super long. Push the quadriceps straight. There we go. Ooh, maybe a little shaking again. That shaking's the best. Believe it or not, it's not really weakness. Don't look at it that way. You're just going to defeat yourself. That shaking is getting rid of tension. It's getting rid of stress, getting rid of feelings that you don't want anymore. Let it happen. Don't be afraid of what your body's doing naturally. Your body's a giant of intelligence, so smart. Deep breath in. Okay, here we go. Knees down. Send your sternum forward of your hands. Bend the elbows. Try to go slowly down to the floor. Oh, resist. Good. And we're on the floor. Point the toes, legs are straight. Now take your shoulders, squeeze them back, and then squeeze them down towards the hips. Elbows drawing together. Pull your navel in. This is your set. Squeeze your legs. And now try to just lift your chest with the muscles of your back. And light pressure on the hands. Squeeze your legs together. Inner knees touching, inner ankles touching. Big toenails touching the floor. Take your pelvis, tuck it under. Navel in. That's a lot of cues, right? It's like, Jesus, I just woke up. You don't have to get all the cues. Pick up on one of them. The more you practice, the more you'll figure it out, okay? Good. You're holding your torso weight up. Mini cobra here. All right, now we are going to push into the hands. Lift your abdomen, press to tabletop. Curl the toes under. And push back into your downward facing dog with bent knees. Good. Bend your knees. It's fine to adjust, you know? I mean, our limbs are all different shapes, are all different lengths. So it's fine to adjust your stance once you get up there. All right, here we go. So we have a long spine. The head is super heavy. You can nod yes. You can shake it no. You're squeezing your arms totally straight, pressing the shoulders away from each other, down from the ears. And from this stability, we can start to pedal the feet. So one knee bends while the other tries to straighten and push the heel down. Back and forth like this. Be super gentle. Not only has your ligaments and all, your whole body's been asleep all night, right? Very stiff. Hardly moving. I was going to say that your mind's been asleep, but then I realized, oh no, we have busy dreams. I know I got crazy dreams all the time. All right, we're pedaling back and forth, right? So we're just like pumping and bringing hydration and circulation to these joints. In the morning, you might start to feel your upper back getting tired from this position. That's a good thing. You're going to get stronger. You're going to be able to stand with more confidence. Your posture is going to help you release feel-good hormones. So let those muscles work. Let them get a little tired. You can do it. You've lived this far. You've come this far in your life. A few more seconds of holding this is good. Bend both knees deeply. Stick your chest out. Look at your hands. You could take baby steps to your hands, or you can even try a big step. And if you take another big step, big toes together, heels slightly apart. Lower the seat and lift the chest halfway. Inhale here. Exhale here. Pull your belly in. You have a flat spine now, that your back is like tabletop. Your butt is past and behind your ankles. Good. Make sure you pull your belly in, because now we're going to hold the back weight, the torso weight, with our back. We're going to reach the right arm out to the side. Reach the left arm out to the side. And now we're doing a little airplane thing. Yeah. So smile, because this is fun. You're soaring and you're flying over all your problems that can look really small from this height. Good. And now we're going to bring it up. And we're going to lift the torso, leading with the chest. Come all the way up, hands overhead. Lift those heels and balance. Try to find strength and calmness at the same time. You're going to need that today. Reach those fingertips. And as the arms come down, the heels come down slowly to match the movements. Bringing the hands to prayer. Finding your mountain pose, Tadasana. Hips stacked directly over the ankles, not in front of the ankles. Shoulders are down and back. The head is back over the shoulders. Palms pressing. Try to become tall and breathe deeply. You can stand like this all day. You can stand like this in your body. Maybe not your hands doing this gesture, but the rest of your body can stand like this. So next time you're at the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, standing in front of your boss, standing in front of a difficult family member, standing in front of the all-dreaded mirror, right? Stand up in your mountain pose. Mountain pose represents the pose of owning your birthright to be here. You're here. You're here now in this life. This is your life. You're here. So own it. Actually, you know what? Let's bring the arms out to the side. And reach your arms out to the side. Lift your chest as though you're standing on your mountain. And this is your life, and you own it. And it can go exactly the way you want it to go. Because today is a new day. And you get to decide how you're going to feel. No one can make you feel anything. It's up to you. So right here with your heart lifted, maybe look up a little bit and decide, how do you want to be today? And be that right now. Do you want to be patient, joyful, open to new ideas, creative, quiet? What do you want to be today? Be it right now. Bring the arms up. Reach that prayer to the heavens and bring it down to the heart, knowing that it will come to pass. Let's come down into a forward bend, back is flat. Good. Continue squatting until your hands reach the floor. We're going to step back with the left leg only. Right foot moves out to the right. We're going to bend the right knee and keep that left leg straight. So make sure the grip on the floor is good with your toes. Okay? Now, do the same thing with your back. Elongate your back bend at your back. You're going to feel a real big stretch from your left ankle all the way through the crown of your head. And now those fingertips are going to get a break because you're going to hold your weight up with your own muscles. So pull your belly in and see if you can let go of your arms. Reach your arms behind you. Behind you. And now there's a huge line of energy from the ankle to the crown of the head, and then an opposite line of the energy of the hands, right? Moving backwards away from you. Feel your legs being strong. You're strong. These legs have carried you. These legs are strong. Don't give in to that weakness. Stay strong. Now, stay here. Everything stays here except reach the arms overhead now. And let those shoulders pull up at the ribs and stretch. Now it's fingertip to ankle. Huge long line. Keep your head level with your shoulders. Reach, 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 reach. You've got this. One more deep breath in. And now send the torso to sky. Straighten that front leg. Woohoo! Good morning, leg. And now we're going to bend both knees and lower the arms. Bend both knees, lower the arms. That knee just comes to hovering, almost touching, and then press the legs straight again as you reach the arms to sky. It's going to challenge your balance. It's going to wake you up a little bit more. It's going to help with glutes. That's the big old butt there. Help with your thighs. And if you do it slowly like this, it's going to help you feel relaxed because you're focusing, right? It's that scattered mind that makes us feel tense, when we have so many things to think about at the same time, so many things on the plate. But here on the mat, you think about just this moving slowly while you're yoking your breath. One more time. This time let the knee fall to the ground and uncurl your foot. If having the knee on the mat, maybe you've got a thin mat, go get a blanket and stick it under your knee. Make time for those things. Those things matter. Okay, so we're going to take the right hip and we're going to try to lower the right hip down so that we're not curving the spine at the bottom to the right. Right hip comes down, belly moves in, chest comes up. Good. Now we reach the left arm overhead, just like we did in the beginning. Pretend you're holding a tray. And now press that tray into the ceiling and side bend to the right. Keep your right hip down. Good, and stretch. And if you want a tiny bit more, you can shift your weight forward only a little bit. And now you're going to feel it through the quadricep, the left side body, all the way up the forearm, to the fingers. You might feel tingling. That's okay. You're alive, right? You can feel that. That's just fascia being stretched and awakened. Lower the right shoulder. Feel this wonderful stretch. Inhale. Hold it a couple more seconds. Keep adjusting. Keep smiling. New day. Good. Bringing the hands to prayer now. We're going to turn your prayer to the right wherever you can. I know there's limitations in the spine. It's totally normal. But we're going to aim to see if you can. We're going to aim to see if we can get our right elbow to our left elbow to touch our right left elbow to touch the right thigh. There we go. Good. And you're going to push the right thigh into the arm and the arm into the thigh. So now there's a resistance there, working the arm and the leg. Take your back foot, curl those toes under, pressing the hands together. Turn your torso as much as you can. Lengthen your torso, get tall. The only thing that's going to change here is you're going to lift your back knee up off the floor. So now we're in a twisted lunge. Get super long. Don't force the twist. The twist should be coming mostly from your abdomen, so that if you let go of your leg, you'd still be in a twist. That's it. Hold it and breathe. Awakening to your own strength. And when you feel this soreness tomorrow, you should be happy about it, right? Because you're getting the chance to express your strength. Feel your strength. It's so important. Okay, here we go. Hands frame the front foot. Send that leg back into three-legged downward facing dog. That means the right leg goes to the sky, left leg a little bit bent. And we reach that right leg up where it wants to go. And it's not so important how far back it goes, but how straight it goes. Very good. Bend that knee. Listen carefully. You're going to look under your left armpit and see if you can find your foot. Can you see your foot? Good. Now send that foot all the way to the left. You're actually going to flip over into reverse tabletop. Press up. Reach your right arm back behind you. Isn't this fun? They call this rock star. I mean, come on, it's so much fun. Reach. Squeeze your glutes. When do you ever do this pose? Never. So much fun. All right, we're going to flip back around to three-legged downward dog. Make it happen. Ooh, there we go. Stretch. And then we're going to step forward or walk forward. Big toes together, heels apart. Remember, we're going to try to sit as though there's a stool there. Lifting our spine so it's extended and straight. Almost feels like a back bend. Reach the arms out to the side and fly. Give yourself a little smile. Now starting with your sternum. Your sternum is where there would be a pendant if you had a necklace on. I want you to shine that pendant forward and show off your pendant as you come up to standing, arms overhead, lifting the heels, and balance. And as you stretch your arms far out to the side and down, the heels lower slowly. we come to our Tadasana. Deep breath in and a slow breath out. So in Tadasana, I want you to pull your head back, pull your belly back, but lift your chest. There we go. Arms reach out to the side. Open your eyes. Stand on your mountain. Stand on your birthright to be here, to have the life that you want to have, according to you. You have lived so far with discernment, questioning, obtaining information about who you are and who you are not. And today, you can create your day exactly as you want to be. So who do you want to be today? Do you want to feel free of tension? Do you want to not think about those things from yesterday? Do you want to have clarity of mind? Then say those words mentally. I am, and then fill it in. Look up and feel that you are that. I am peace. Reach the arms up to sky. Seal that prayer. Bring it down, knowing that it will come to pass. Forward fold. Let's do that airplane move right away. So our back feels like it's back bended. We're still shining our pendant towards the front. Neck is long. Arms are lifting. Feel your shoulders lift your arms. Good. Squat a little bit more till the hands are on the floor. Now we're sending the right leg all the way straight back. Keep the left leg where it is, except walk it to the side a little bit more. So your feet are on two separate tracks. Propping up on fingertips temporarily. Pull your belly in. Feel a long stretch on that right leg. Shoulders are down and back. Shine your chest up. Pendant of your necklace is shining forward. Long neck. And now we're going to try to take some weight off the fingertips. So you got to pull your belly in really tight, like you're wearing a bikini. Good. Reaching those arms straight back. Now we feel a line of energy going from the heel to the crown of the head, but an opposite line of energy from shoulders to fingertips. Holding this duality all at once, but in peace and calmness. Now we're going to take the arms and we're going to reach them forward. And reach. Doesn't matter if you wobble, doesn't matter if you fall. Get back up, reset, and try it again. These poses are magical. They do all the work. You just have to show up. Good. Now come, reach out the arms all the way up. Let's get that leg a rest. Oh. We're going to bend both knees as the arms come down. Bend so low that the knee just hovers over the floor. And then straighten both legs again. Arms reach up. Going in and out of this low lunge. Good. Keep breathing. Keep getting long and tall. Every time you come up, lengthen your body. Therefore, strengthening your body. Let's do a couple of more. Waking up the thighs, getting strong, getting confident. A smile on your face, chest is proud. Good, we're coming down to the floor. Back leg is still straight, hands in prayer. And now we're going to rotate to the left. We're going to try to get the right elbow on the left knee. Hey, I did it right this time. And press the left knee against the elbow. Elbow against knee. Press your right leg straight. Press through the crown of the head. Lengthen the spine. It doesn't matter how far you turn. It matters about alignment and how it feels. Take deep breaths in and hold and feel your strength. Feel your belly. Please don't send me any hate mail tomorrow. If you feel sore, you can send thank you emails tomorrow. Here we go. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Coming back around, frame the front foot. Send your leg back to three-legged downward facing dog. There's a soft bend in the standing knee. Long straight leg. It doesn't matter how far up it gets. Straighten out. And then bend the knee. Push the foot over to the right until you can see it under your armpit. Hello, foot. Then we're going to flip it over into rock star. And we're going to have a little bit of fun. Press up, reach back. Rock star. Oh, yes, this is like never in this position throughout the day, right? It's always like at the laundry machine or at the desk, but not this. So have fun. Press your butt up, reach your arm. All right, guys, now we're going to flip over. Three-legged downward facing dog, go! Yes. Okay, this time we're going to come to child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Let me wipe off some of these crumbs. All right, head down. Now here's a full-on rest. So maybe your elbows are bent next to your head. Or maybe your arms are stretched behind you and they rest on your thighs and they touch your feet. Whatever works. Come back to this moment now. This moment you're on your mat. You might even smell the rubber of the mat. You can feel the pressure on your forehead. Allow the head to be very heavy. Let the floor rise up to hold your head. You can feel your abdomen fill in between your legs. You might even feel your rib cage expand as you inhale. And hopefully you can hear the sound of your breath in the back of your throat. Not only is today a new day, but this moment is a new moment. I can distinctly recall that one of the strategies I used to manage pretty serious PTSD was that I just had to get through this moment. You know, there are slogans that say like one day at a time. That was too big for me at that point. I was under serious stress. So I decided to make it one moment at a time. And that really, really worked. So for this moment, let your head be very heavy. Let yourself have this moment. Don't let it be robbed by your to-do list. Bring the hands forward and roll your spine up. And we'll come to lie on the back. And carefully roll yourself down towards the floor. When you lay on the floor, let your back be long on the floor, super, super long. Neck is long, head is lifting up off the shoulders. Set your feet close to your buttocks if your knees allow. Obviously, if your knees don't allow, you should put them to where it's comfortable. Feet, you're going to try to see with your mind's eye that your feet are totally straight. They're not pigeon-toed. They're not, I don't know, the other one, duck feet. All right? And then sometimes it's a good measure to say, can I touch my heels with my fingers? Right? So I like to say that my middle finger can touch my heels. That's my alignment with my body. I know that's right. But it's roughly that for everyone. What we want to avoid is having the knees too far forward of the toes. Okay, so now take the shoulders and squeeze them back. And see if you can take the space between your lower back and the floor and smush it away. So I'll lift my arm so you can see that. So I'm going to try to draw my navel in, which flattens the space between me and the floor. And now my spine has no space between me and the floor. I'm going to hold it like that. Squeeze your buttocks, squeeze your legs, and draw the buttocks up off the floor, curling your spine. And we're going to lift up into bridge pose. Make sure that your thighs are going straight forward out of your hips, that they're not splaying apart or getting knock-kneed. So we have ankles and knees and hips all in a straight line. Same for shoulders. And now push your shoulders down away from your neck so your neck can lengthen, squeezing the glutes. Lots of cues. I know it's early, right? Like too many cues. But I have to because you're going to catch on to one of them. You may not catch on to all of them. That's okay. But it's my job to offer a lot of cues because some people catch on to different cues, right? The idea is that you feel strength, you feel elongated, you feel that no part of your body is compromised, especially the neck and the back, right? And you're lifting and you're holding and you are squeezing your glutes. I like to think of the glutes as an expression of power. You know, like if you see a horse, see the glutes on a horse? Horse is pretty powerful, right? I'm not saying we should have horse glutes, but I'm saying that when you're squeezing them, when you're activating them, it's actually a feeling of power in this position. I don't recommend squeezing your glutes when you're standing, okay? But in this position, squeeze them, allow them to do the job of lifting up your hips into bridge pose. I'm going to keep talking to keep you up here because we need to stay up here for a certain amount of time to help you get stronger. Right? So we can imagine that this space underneath our buttocks and our legs is all the river of crap that we want to go away, right? That river of yesterday. Let's just let that flow on by. All those things. And today's a new day. New water's coming in, right? We're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling, up overhead. Keep them here. Try to lay your fingertips on the ground if that works for you. And we're going to keep the tailbone tucked under. Keep curling and descend. Lower your spine. The last part of your spine to touch is the tailbone and the buttocks. Very good. Hold it here. Just let your torso rest. Don't do anything with the legs. Stretching the arms, reaching those fingernails up. And then we're going to draw the legs together, ankles touching, thighs touching, knees touching. And one at a time, we're going to extend the legs to straight. Again, knees and ankles touching. Flex your feet, so drawing your toenails up towards your fingernails, right? So it's as though you're pushing against the wall and you're trying to stretch yourself really tall in the opposite direction. So we have that duality again of those two opposing directions. And you are in the middle, staying completely calm because you will need that today. Deep breath in. Long and slow breath out. Continue. This is an active pose. Thighs are engaged. Breathing deeply as you're stretching your long body. Very nice. Then we'll bring the arms into cactus arms. And then we can stretch the legs open. Just maybe walk your legs apart a little bit so they're splayed open from the midline. Knees fall outward, feet fall outward, and maybe just shake your legs a little bit. Because when we rest, we want to completely rest. We want to turn off those muscles, to want to turn off that nervous system. And now you could shake your pelvis a little bit, and maybe shake your shoulders a little bit. Maybe shake your wrists a little bit. Woohoo! Doing a little dance here on the floor, little wiggle, right? And just giving yourself like kind of like a rocking chair or being on, I can just imagine like being on a train or, you know, something that vibration helps you fall asleep. Okay, a little bit more wiggling. This is weird. So weird. All right, we're going to slow down this wiggle and we're going to feel the buzzing. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you and let your body rest. A big mistake that a lot of practitioners make is that they make this pose, the final resting pose, the Shavasana, they allow those thoughts to flood in because they're not busy anymore with their bodies. They don't have to pay attention to balance or the feeling of strength, right? Now they can check out of their bodies and bring in all their thoughts and their worries and to-do lists and ruminations, and that would be a big mistake. In this pose, you want to stay fresh. So the way to do that, how do you do that? Well, the way to do that is to keep your mind tethered, keep your mind active on a thing that's benevolent, on a thing that serves you. And not only benevolent, but something in the now. And there's one thing that's always available, and it's a guarantee to work. Guarantee, money back guarantee. And that is to focus on your breath. So I invite you to, if you can, close your eyes and just listen. Feel your breath as it goes in through the nostrils. Feel the cool touch of air in your nostrils. And maybe you can feel that cool touch of air go all the way up the nostrils, into the back of your head, maybe down your throat. Bring your attention only to the inhales. Follow that cool touch of air in, and in, and in. It's like you're guiding the breath, you're holding the breath's hand, or maybe the breath's holding your hand, but you're together on this journey. Every time you inhale, you notice the quality of it, the cool touch, and notice and follow it all the way in. Stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Good. And now we'll notice the exhale, and notice the warm touch of air at your nostrils when you exhale. Just feeling how the air temperature is warmer as you exhale. And every time you exhale, you also notice that it's moving out. So stay with the out. Out, out, out. And now you can combine those two things. We have to tether the mind to something benevolent and something now. And the breath is the way. So take your deep breath in, cool touch in, all the way in. Warm exhale, out, 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 out. In, out, out, out. So at your own pace, you're literally repeating the words in and out in your mind as you follow the sensation of breathing. That's all you have to do. Don't allow anything else to come in for now. This is it. For a few minutes on your own. Deep breath in, slow breath out, and follow that breath. And take another deep breath in and slow breath out. And notice the quality of peace that you've created. See if you can maintain that quality of peace as you come to sit, and we'll close the practice together. Do not disturb the peace as you move. Come to arrive in your seat. Lengthen your spine, head back over the shoulders. Just notice. Soften your eyes and bring a small smile to your face. A little secret smile that you know something. You have a little secret power no one knows about. Your secret power is that you know today is a new day. Today you can decide how this day is going to go for you. Bringing the hands to prayer at the heart. Shine your pendant up and forward. Lengthen your neck. Small smile. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And if chanting Om is in your practice, you can chant that now, or you can say it quietly to yourself. That's okay too. Inhale. I hope you have a really good day today. I hope you remember that you alone have the power to respond to what's happening in your day. You don't need to react. You can create your day by responding. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.